Everybody died first.
They're going all out hunting down ATK members and taking to Ig to taunt them about running and hiding. And they're taking it to the next level with live shootings. Stay tuned, because we're uncovering the wild and deadly things Foolio's affiliates have been up to and the intense drive behind their thirst for revenge. Foolio's affiliate out for revenge. The streets are buzzing with talk about Foolio's affiliates gearing up to avenge his murder. The tragic loss of the rising star has left a deep scar on his crew, and now they are ready to strike back. Among those leading the charge is El Craw, who has been vocal and visible about seeking revenge. He's been going live, frequently dissing Young and Ace and ATK, making it clear that payback is on the horizon. For those of you who don't know, El Craw, whose real name is Loreno Span, is a Jacksonville rapper who has gained attention in the rap industry for his distinctive style and dynamic energy. He burst onto the scene in September 2021 with hard-hitting tracks like Get Down Up and W Jumper. His music is raw, featuring compelling beats and lyrics that reflect his personal experiences and the gritty environment he comes from. El Craw street credibility is backed by his significant legal issues. He's had several run-ins with the law, including a notable court appearance on July 5, 2023, where he pled not guilty to gun charges. El Craw and Foolio had a bond that went beyond music. They were like brothers, rising together in the gritty Jacksonville rap scene. From hustling in the streets to dropping tracks like Get Down, their loyalty and shared struggles were clear. Foolio's murder hit Elro deeply, making the loss personal and fueling his drive for vengeance. Since the tragedy, El Craw hasn't stayed quiet. He's been all over social media calling out Young and Ace and the ATK crew, making it clear that he's out for blood. During one intense live session, El Craw and a friend were boasting about their toughness, with his friend bluntly stating, "Thought die first."
These ain't gonna die. Been stepping on these man.
Yeah, shit happened to everybody. Died first.
Many see this as a clear sign that El Craw is planning retaliatory move against Young and Ace, who is widely suspected of being involved in Foolio's murder. Laka has also gone live to imply that he's been hunting for his enemies, accusing them of hiding.
New age gangsters, all these old they high, not in the city, not in the city.
Ace is a whole shit from Jacksonville.
El Craw even claimed that Young and Ace has been running scared and staying out of Jacksonville but it's not just live streams where El Craw is venting his rage. He's also dropped hints of revenge through his latest diss track, letting everyone know that he's serious about avenging Foolio. El Craw recently dropped a track titled 50K featuring Foolio. This song, one of the last projects Foolio worked on, is full of aggressive lyrics that seem to target Young and Ace and hinted plans for revenge. In 50K, El Craw pours out his grief over losing close friends like Foolio and vows to take action. Lines like "bouncing bodies back, kill for 8 left to hunted shells, and man them played when they took my brother. Now it's time to spin," clearly point to a cycle of violence and payback that's brewing within their community. The track feels like a direct hit in the ongoing beef between Foolio's crew and Young and Ace's ATK gang. The timing of the release and the hard-hitting lyrics suggest that El Craw and his crew are gearing up for retaliation, with lines like, "God forgive me, no, I'm living wrong, but I gotta sin. But Law isn't the only one out for revenge." Soik, another close affiliate of Foolio, is also believed to be plotting retribution. Soik, a Jacksonville rapper making waves in the local rap scene, is known for his fierce loyalty and strong connection to Foolio. Just like El Craw, shared a deep bond with Theo, having been a part of each other's lives for a long time. Their relationship was built on mutual respect and shared experiences, both in music and on the streets.
About that relationship with you and Julio, like, been around my whole life.
When Foolio was killed, Soik was behind bars serving time for gun possession. Since 2021, he's set to be released this year, and the internet is already buzzing with speculation that Soik will definitely seek revenge for Foolio's death. One Reddit user commented, "Lots of members are coming home within the next year or two. Kojak being one of them is crucial, because he's definitely going to spin for Foolio in his music." Kojak has made it clear he has no qualms about avenging his friends, and his track Ain't Safe. He raps, "If you ain't sliding for Your dog then, what you swinging by it looks like the revenge might have already started.
A lot of Julio, a lot of, what's the youngin Ace?
His boys.
Yeah, been dropping like 6 of them.
Beal, known to roll with a TK, got hit recently. Folks are saying this is the first shot fired in getting back for Foolio. Beal was out in a parking lot at the Laurel Grove Apartments in Orange Park when he got blasted multiple times. He later died at the hospital. The Clay County Sheriff's Office is calling it a targeted hit and an isolated incident. But the streets are buzzing with talk that this was straight-up retaliation. Apart from being known to roll with a TK, Darius Beal was also believed to be El Leak's big brother. El Leak, a 1200 gang member, was a major thorn in Foolio's side. One of the most shocking incidents that fueled the beef between Fio and El Leak involved Foolio's girlfriend, Boob and Baby. On April 30th, 2020, Boob and Baby and a friend were heading to a gas station in Foolio's car. As they stopped at an intersection, shots rang out. Boobin tried to drive away while her friend screamed in terror. She was hit 3 times. One bullet grazed her head, another lodged in her knee, and a third took off one of her fingers. Leak was allegedly the shooter, and his homie Spin, another known ATK member, dissed Foolio over the incident in the track. I don't smoke, Kendra mocking Boob and Baby's injuries. Loic was killed shortly after that, and now it seems the cycle of revenge continues with Beal's murder. This cycle of violence is also what led to Foolio's brutal death. On June 23, 24, that day, Foolio and his crew decided to turn up by renting an Airbnb in Tampa for the weekend. They were ready to have a blast. But Foolio made a fatal mistake. He posted an open invite to his pool party on his Instagram story, giving his ops all the info they needed to track him down. The opposition didn't waste any time. They tracked him down and planned an ambush outside the Tampa Holiday Inn. The footage from the shared parking lot of a Hilton and Holiday Inn in Tampa is bone-chilling. The footage showed 3 shooters creeping toward the hotel, one packing a handgun and the other 2 with rifles. The camera also captured the suspects approaching Foolio's car parked outside the hotel. Out of nowhere, they let loose, unleashing a storm of bullets at the vehicle. Foolio, sitting in the front passenger seat, tried to make a run for it, but the gunfire didn't stop. As the car sped off, their coordinated ambush took Foolio's life and left 3 others in the car fighting for theirs. Foolio's killers were later identified by the police as Alicia Andrews, Isaiah Chance, Sean Jeet, Rashad Murphy, and David Murphy. Detectives used footage from the scene license plate readers and phone logs to track down, found 2 vehicles, and link them back to the suspects. After linking the evidence to the suspects, the police moved in for the arrest. Jeet was the first to be picked up.
Open the car door! Let me see your hands! Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Walk back to me.
Stay attention. This is the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. We are here from the driveway. We have a warrant for your arrest. Come to the front door with nothing in your hand.
Rashad Murphy was the last suspect to be apprehended after evading capture for days. His arrest came after the police received a tip about his hideout at the Collins Preserve Apartments nestled between I-295 and Collins Road. They teamed up with the U.S. Marshal Service, mobilized in full force, and took him down. One suspect is still on the run. The police revealed that the arrested suspects were members of the notorious ATK gang. In 1200, found that the shooters are members of or affiliated with rival gangs of Jones that go by ATK and 1200. This revelation has only fueled the fire of revenge among Foolio's affiliates. But Foolio's death isn't the only thing driving Foolio's gang, known as KDO. Over the years, many of their members have allegedly been taken out by ATK members in a brutal war. KD members killed by ATK. The war between ATK and KDA has its roots in a deadly rivalry that has escalated over the years. This beef, much like the infamous East Coast versus West Coast rap feud of the 90s, has left a trail of bloodshed and tragedy in Jacksonville. The conflict centers around 2 prominent figures, Youngin Ace of ATK and Julio Foolio of KDA. The animosity between these gangs took a deadly turn in May 2017 with the murder of Zion Brown, Julio Foolio's cousin. In the early morning hours of May 27, 2017, Zion was at home sleeping with his 16-year-old sister and 4 other kids Suddenly, a loud crash from the kitchen woke everyone up. When they rushed to the living room, they found the sliding glass door shattered by a rock out of nowhere. Shots rang out, sending everyone scrambling for cover. A man later identified as Deonter Thomas, aka Trey Shorty, an ATK member, walked into the living room gun in hand and fired multiple shots, killing Zion and injuring his sister. This brutal murder set off a chain of retaliatory attacks. Young and Ace became a prime target, and in June 2018, he survived a shooting that claimed the lives of his brother and 2 friends. Youngie Ace was hit 8 times, once in the hand. Yeah, once in the hand, one of my arm, and the rest of them. I had graze in my back, but I got shot 6 times in my butt. This event only intensified the feud. Theo added fuel to the fire by mocking the deaths on social media, turning the streets even colder. The violence kept ramping up, with key figures from Foolio's K-Day getting taken out. One of the hardest hits was the loss of Adrien Gaynor Jr., known on the streets as BBY. BBY was Foolio's 16-year-old little brother, and thanks to his Bros influence, he was affiliated with K-Day. Born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida, BBY had a bright future ahead of him at just 16. He was an honor roll student with a passion for music and big dreams. Despite his involvement with K-Day, he was a promising young man full of potential and ambition. However, Bib's promising life came to a brutal end on February 25, 2019. That afternoon, after finishing his classes at the Grand Park Education Center, he was heading home when violence struck. Eyewitnesses reported that Queso, a well-known ATK member, and his affiliate Whitaker drove to the Hilltop Village apartment complex in a gray or silver Nissan Maxima. They parked and waited for about 20 minutes, lying in wait. When BBY and another individual, Pratt, were spotted under a gazebo, Queso and Whitaker made their move. Whitaker, carrying a long R-style rifle, chased after Pratt, while Quo, armed with an R pistol, went after BBY. As BBY ran, Queso opened fire, eventually causing B to fall. Approaching him at close range, Queso fired a fatal shot to the back of BB's head or neck. With their grim task completed, Queso and Whitaker returned to their vehicle and sped off after the murder. Queso took to social media, posting numerous photos and videos where he seemed to brag about taking out BBY. But the disrespect didn't stop there. Queso and the ATK crew reportedly went to great lengths to dishonor B's memory, even going as far as desecrating his grave and taunting his relatives.